Bloodlance is back, and it's going to get very interesting in Season 1. Now, I obviously haven't been able to try out the new seasonal gems, and I don't have the new gore quills aspect, so this will cover the build that I have planned out. There are two versions, both are the same except for the Paragon boards. One is from leveling from 50 to 100, and the other is for having all of your Paragon points unlocked. I'll keep this one nice and quick, as I would like to play it out first before getting more in depth in a later video. The finer details are all in the build planners. For the skills, we're running Bloodlance, Blood Mist, Corpse Tendrils, Decrepify, Hemorrhage, and Bone Storm. Importantly, we now need to run both the aspect of Hungry Blood and the Gore Quills aspect to propagate our Blood Lances. Previously, we only needed one aspect to do this. The aspect of Grasping Veins bonus crit does apply to Overpower for some reason, no other crit bonuses do, so previously this was used to scale our damage. With the nerfs to it, I'm initially going to skip out on this modifier. I figure that without any crit on our gear, with a max roll, we would have about a 30% chance to do 40% more damage on an Overpower or 50% chance with Bone Storm up. That just doesn't quite cut it in my opinion, so I've replaced it with the sacrificial aspect for now. This one greatly increases our overpower damage, damage reduction, and even our life, which also provides more damage. I could be wrong on this, so be sure to keep any good Grasping Veins aspects in your stash. I've put Ruthma's Chosen on the amulet for a massive 75% attack speed. With Overpower scaling with so few stats, making them happen more often through attack speed is one of our best ways of scaling our damage. You could get away with running a Focus and having your Grasping Veins or Accelerating aspect on it for easier content, but for pushing high nightmares, a shield will become mandatory. It can roll health, which is amazing for us, and the block chance provides much needed defense for this season. It doesn't matter exactly where these go, we just want the aspect of Explosive Mist to help blend in some Infinimus elements that provide massive cooldown reduction for our Bone Storm, Tendrils, and Blood Mist. Exploiter's aspect gives us crowd control duration, which is amazing. CC'd enemies aren't smacking us for all our health. The damage bonus against unstoppable enemies is one of those weird exceptions that does increase overpower damage. Aspect of Might provides excellent damage reduction that is easy for us to apply. Aspect of Disobedience is still mandatory despite being nerfed, the armor it provides is invaluable. And Aspect of Shielding Storm is a great way for us to generate a strong barrier to keep us healthy and keep our Fortify topped up. Aspect of Potent Blood is an excellent essence battery for this build, and I saved it till last for a special reason. The Gore Quills aspect makes our Blood Lances consume nearby blood orbs, proccing any blood orb related effect so we don't need to walk through them during a fight. Our Blood Lances will consume them for us, providing us the essence while we're standing still turreting. And more exciting still is the Sacrilegious gem. Walking near a corpse automatically activates an equipped corpse skill every second. This obviously needs to be tested first, but my understanding is that this will cast our Corpse Tendrils once every second without putting it on cooldown, on top of being able to manually cast Tendrils too. So we would be generating a ludicrous amount of blood orbs during a fight with the 35% chance per target to create an orb. If this interacts the way I think it will, our aspect of Potent Blood will provide infinite essence, and we'll be firing off a ridiculous number of Blood Lances with our Gore Quill aspect. If this does work, we could free up some essence related rolls on our gear and some nodes in the Paragon tree. If the Revenge gem is a flat damage reduction, then it'll be a great choice. And the Malignant Pact gem provides some nice benefits too. Attack speed, essence, and barrier are all great for a Bloodlance build. If one of these gems doesn't work the way I think it does, the Decrepit Aura gem could be a solid option. This means we could take Decrepify off our bars and potentially replace it with Reap for the instant corpse, 15% damage reduction, and the 30% attack speed buff. The Barber gem could potentially be incredible too, but I have way too many questions about how it works to confidently put it in the build without testing it first. For leveling through your Paragons, I've set up these boards to provide the most important things first so you can have a smooth power progression. When you get to 100, or really when you reach the last board, you can swap to this endgame setup. I'm honestly really proud of this Paragon board. Down to the last point, I was able to slot in every single thing I wanted without pathing through bad or wasted nodes. I'll go through the main points here. We get both life clusters and activate the Blood Drinker glyph, which will provide the bulk of our fortify. We path through the overpower damage and put in the amplify glyph. This damage bonus works on overpower, and the bonus to magic nodes is perfect for boosting the overpower nodes. The willpower and blood orb healing doesn't go astray either. Next, we put in Dominate. Fully leveled, this provides a massive 320% overpower damage before any sacrifice bonuses. We take Scent of Death for the damage reduction. The bonus damage doesn't work. We take the life nodes before pathing into the Bone Graft board, where we take more life and armor. Next, we slot in the Control glyph. The damage to CC doesn't work on overpower, but the additional bonus does. Any source of overpower damage is extremely valuable for us. Then we take the Essence on Kill cluster. This provides great essence economy, but if our potent blood interaction works out, then we could potentially free up these nodes. And finally, we take more overpower damage here, then even more damage with the legendary node. Then we take some more life before ending the board with the Undaunted glyph. Once again, the damage doesn't work, but the extra damage reduction is very welcome. For more details on how the moment-to-moment gameplay works with Bloodlance, you can check out my previous guide linked below. This build is a safe bet for clearing high tier endgame content, and the barrier for entry is very low. We don't need perfect rolls on our gear or any uniques for it to function. That being said, I have all sorts of ideas for some ridiculous variations. Sadly, that will require a lot of gear and testing, so stay tuned for those in the coming weeks. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.